Hello, I woke up this morning to a heavy frost outside. So whenever it's wintry, it makes me want comfort food. So what I'm going to make is some toad in the hole. Now, for any non-British viewers who might wonder what that strange sounding thing is, it's sausages in a Yorkshire pudding batter. So I've measured out 200 grams of plain flour. I'm adding into that half a teaspoon of salt, and then I'm going to crack in 6 eggs. I'm going to measure out 450 millilitres of milk. I'm going to add this milk in a bit at a time, then whisk until it's all combined into a nice thick batter. This is looking good. Now, I always find I get best results when I rest my batter. So I'm just going to put this to the side for a couple of hours. Whilst I'm waiting for that to rest, I can make some onion gravy because it works quite well being done in advance and takes quite a while to make. And what I have is some shallots to make it out of. I'm going to get these all peeled and then thinly sliced. Right, all those are sliced, so now I can get a pan on the heat, add to this some olive oil and a knob of butter, and then I can get my onions in. To this, I'm just going to add a few sprigs of thyme and then just keep stirring it over a low heat for a few minutes. These have now cooked down quite a bit and they've lost that raw onion smell and they're starting to smell delicious. So now what I'm going to do is add some brown sugar, just a little teaspoon in there. So I'm just going to stir this in, and then over a low heat I'm just going to keep this cooking for maybe another 30 minutes, stirring occasionally, and just hopefully we'll have some lovely caramelised onions after that. These onions are cooked down now and have caramelised and are looking delicious. I don't want this to be some kind of thin jus. I want nice sticky sauce that's going to be nice and warming. So I'm adding to this 1 tablespoon of plain flour. Then I'm just going to stir this in and keep it cooking for about 2 minutes just so we cook the flour out. Time for some liquids, and we'll start with some red wine vinegar for a bit of acidity. So I'm just going to add 1 cupful in here. Then we want to add some red wine. I'm going to go for about 200 ml, so not quite a large glass. Going to bring this up to the boil and then reduce it down by about half. I've got half a litre of beef stock. I'm just going to add that and then we're going to simmer this down for 10 minutes. This is now looking the perfect consistency, so I'm just going to finish off with a bit of seasoning. And then we're going to put this away to one side. Now, back to the toad in the hole. I've got a couple of dishes, so you can have two options. You can do individual ones or sharing ones. So I'm going to do both. Just need to get a bit of veg oil into both of these, and then I can get them into the oven, which I've got up to its maximum setting to heat up. Whilst they're heating up, I need to brown the sausages off. So I've got some sausages from the butcher's. I've got a pan, get that on the heat and start browning these sausages off. So I want the oil as hot as possible, so it's good to get everything prepared before you get out the oven. So I've given this batter another little whisk to bring it all together. Then I can get it put into a pouring jug. The oil should be very hot in these tins and quite smoky, so be careful getting it out the oven. Now we're going to get the sausages put into our tins. And get the batter poured over them. Then it's straight back into the oven. I had the oven on full, so now I'm going to turn it down to 200 degrees and leave them in there for 35 to 40 minutes, not opening the oven door, even though it's very tempting, and we're coming back and see how they look. That's had its 35 minutes, so let's have a look. Oh, that's not looking bad at all. So I'm going to serve this with a nice bit of mashed potato and then some of our onion gravy. So there we have it, proper plate of comfort food on a cold evening. So if you excuse me, I'm going to go and enjoy this.